Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys what are the different products that you'll need for this video. So you're going to start off with some gloves to protect your hands. The next thing that you're going to be needing is the dye of your choice. This is the one that I chose to use. And then you're going to need some of these. Some conditioner, got to be glue for your closure or frontal. So I'm spraying the got to be glue on my closure because it's supposed to protect the closure from turning black when you dye your hair, or it's supposed to stop the knots from turning black. So just keep on watching and we'll see if this works. So I started off with hot boiling water. Half of the water I used was from the kettle and half was just like hot water from the zinc, and then I put the dye in it. I did end up using some of an X dye from an X package just because I had a little bit more left, and then I just poured it in there and I mixed. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to be dipping my first bundle in. Just dipped it and I just rested in and just made sure I was fully coated in the water and in the dye. And next I'm going to get my next bundle, drop it in, and then I just repeat this process with all of the bundles, and then I would go on to do the closure. I kept these bundles in, I would say about 30 to 35 minutes. I just let them sit in the hot water, and periodically I just went back in just to look at it to make sure, you know, the color was changing. So this is actually supposed to be a faster way or a different method than the old traditional way of dyeing your hair black, and this was something that I wanted to try out for myself to actually see if it would work. So as you guys can see, I'm just dipping my closure in. I started to just dip and then I just drenched it in because I was still trying to see if I could protect my closure, the knots on it, from turning. Next I'm just pulling my bundles out of this bucket. It has some conditioner. I'm just showing you guys that it kept its texture after being processed with the dye. And this is my BW2. I'm going to be showing you guys just how I bleached the knots on the closure after I dyed it black. Products that I use with 30 Developer. This is some of my tools that I use, this little bucket. I'm going to start off with my powder. I'm going to create like a thick consistency so that I can bleach the knots. You want to use more powder than liquid because the more liquid you put into your mixture, the more wet, slippery it's going to be. And the more wet, slippery it is, it's going to zinc down into the hair of the bundles. So unless you guys want all of the bundles to be the same color as that cool bleached color, then you don't want to make it so wet. I had to go back in and add some more powder because I was getting that wet consistency. So as you guys can see, it thickened up just a little bit more, and you know, that's the type of consistency we're going for. It could have been a little bit thicker, but that's where I stopped it at. And I'm just going to put the mixture onto my closure. I leave it on my closure for about 15 to 20 minutes. If you guys are using an X developer, like a 40 developer, you may want to leave it on a little shorter time period because the 40 developer does start to process. It's more faster than the 30. 30 takes a bit longer, and also 30 is a bit less damaging to the bundles. And what I do is I just rest it on top. I don't like dip it, press it. I just rest it, like dab it, so that this mixture really doesn't sink right into the bundles. This is the shimmer like purple shampoo that I use just to tone it down if you have to. I really didn't have to. This is the finished product of how it's look. As you guys can see, it still looks pretty natural, and this is the ending product of the hair. Honestly, in my opinion, the hair didn't come out as black as I wanted it. I didn't know if it was the dye. I don't know if the water wasn't hot enough. I don't know if I should have used more dye.